akanakirwa Evangelist Gwatidzo akutora videos avo and cashing in on that. She does not have a YouTube page as yet, but when she does, we would love your support and your subscriptions. But please, in the meantime, report that page. Yakanzi Evangelist Gwatidzo FP. It's a fan page. Munu asina kukumbira kana permission from Mama to actually have that page. So please help us with that. So we're about to get into lunchtime recharge. Stick around. So last week, Mama Gwatidzo was not with us. A busy schedule. I was very, very busy. But we played a clip last week, Mama Murise. Because it took an open speed. How are you, Mama?
Yes, Becky, how are you?
I'm doing good.
It's good to see you.
Good to see you.
I missed you last week.
I missed you too. Oh. I missed you a lot because it was what here?
I was in Murewa attending a funeral.
Oh. Your schedule is busy, eh?
It is.
And the calling
but
is
I don't want to miss this one.
You don't want to miss this one because you're helping a lot of people.
Oh, thank you. And I'm also learning.
Yes, we're all learning. We're all learning. So last week we played a clip. It's of an American couple. They're actually pastors. Bafundis right now. And the lady was talking about, or was she talking or trying to showcase did boring in Pandiri, me and my husband, we are okay where we are. We actually have the video ready if you want to listen to it. And the man is also now talking about their testimony, how they got married and everything. And in his testimonial, he says, she wasn't even my preference.
Oh my God.
She was the wrong color. She stayed close by. She was convenient. That's why I married her. And this woman is giggling and laughing through it all. I should, yeah. That's exactly how it happened. Yes. And, we sat here. We analyzed it. No, even Precious was like, there's no way I was going to let a man disrespect me like that. And then we concluded, Kuti, sometimes in life, women are so desperate for marriage, they will say yes to anything.
Oh yeah. That's lack of self-respect.
Yeah.
Letting someone treat you the way they want. There are certain things that would have happened between couples which is not for public domain.
All right.
Because it's convenient beside Pakwa. But what is the point of going public? Remember this video, your children will watch it one of the days. Internet ikangan. And they will know which our mother was not your preference, but it was a marriage of convenience. Even Mkadzie, one day she'll come to your right senses and actually listen to understand, not to listen to giggle.
No, here, let me just do this. Let me do this. Because,
When I met her, she was 175.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm used to 125 too.
Yeah.
She 5'6", 175, and she was the wrong color.
Right.
And I was used
that part.
So I'm like, man, my God, you messing up my whole flow. Because I'm going to a predominantly Hispanic and black school.
Right.
She was at the white school in our neighborhood, which I didn't go there because they didn't allow you to play quarterback. So I had to use my uncle's address to go to school in the hood.
Right.
So that's a whole nother story.
That's a whole nother
because
story.
That's back. We're both graduates of 1991.
Yeah, we still ended up together.
Yeah.
So we know that was a God thing, but
yeah.
So you tell me, so what made you keep coming back to her? She's not your preference.
She lived down the street.
I would always feed him.
So you said convenience?
Very much.
I
lived 30. All my other girlfriends lived 30 minutes away. She lived about 3 minutes away.
This sounds terrible. This is getting worse and worse
and worse.
But I would always feed you.
She would feed me.
He always had a meal ready.
Oh man, listen.
I said, women, you gotta feed him.
And she would give me money. She worked at Lane Bryant. I'm like, this girl's a senior in high school working at the mall. I'm like, and then again, when we would talk, we had chemistry.
We did.
She just wasn't my preference. And see, that's again, I got a lot of friends that are single right now.
Yep.
They're divorced, single. They want exotic.
Right.
I'm like, some of y'all need to get you an auntie.
That's right. that can make a
That's a
business.
whole different conversation.
She should be able to
So my
cook.
wife's like, baby, what is that supposed to mean? You saying I'm auntie? I said, baby, you an auntie.
That's all right.
It's
okay.
I said, you used to be exotic.
I used to be.
Well, you a grandma now.
I'm 52.
Even the other day, I told her, I said, you auntie exotic.
Yes. That's right. I'll take it.
So even though you say that she's not your preference, clearly you're attracted to your wife.
Absolutely.
Of course.
What are you attracted to?
First of all, she's beautiful. You know, I love her brains, her mind. I'm attracted. That's the first thing I was attracted to. But then I had to pivot because she said it earlier. I was used to, heavier chest meat, if you will. You know what I'm saying?
Heavier chest meat.
Yeah. And then smaller in the other areas.
Yeah.
So I had to really pivot, you know what I'm saying?
To the opposite.
Yeah, to the opposite. And I made the adjustment. And I have for almost 35 years now.
Have you ever apologized to her for all the stuff you took her through?
Absolutely.
What was that moment like?
Man, I'll never forget. After I found out I wasn't going to prison, I got probation.
For
4 years.
For 4
Which
years.
was the best thing because he had to stop smoking weed, couldn't drink.
And the judge even said, if you run a stop sign during these 4 years, he said, if you flunk one drug test, I'm putting you in prison for 4 years. And so I got set free that day.
Yeah.
John 8:32 says, and them that know the truth, and the truth will
Make
you free.
All right, I'm just going to stop it from here. But Jamandwa Ijojo, this is exactly what this woman has allowed herself to go through. The man said she wasn't my preference twice, not once. He said it twice. He said it twice.
I then ended up marrying her because she could feed me.
She was giving me money.
She lived in the neighborhood.
Yes.
She was giving me money. And then how do I find myself giggling? A man who is saying such nonsense to the public.
Yes.
My self-esteem is damaged. Allowing your husband to say such things to people, and I'm laughing.
Oh yeah, no, she was giggling. I'll show you the
Maybe
video.
ndazongo to she play a video maybe ndezvekwa America. I don't see an African woman tolerating this nonsense. Tinodanana zvekuti topengesana zvekuti, but there are certain no boundaries. Ziva pekugumira. Togona kunge ndiri ndakatokuactira kuti ukuzondipfimba. But that's between me and you.
So you are saying there are certain things that you go through as a couple that should remain between the two of you.
That should remain.
It's not for public knowledge. Keep quiet.
Yes, because certain things we say them today, but zvinema connotations. Mangwara.
All right.
If something happens tomorrow, okay, but you had a choice. Pandaka actor, you could have said no. But newo wakawirawo because newo wakandinzwirawo sugar. Why telling people?
So this is where one of the
Especially
pillars comes through the
social
emotional
media
intelligence.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what? Munhu akasaziva when to talk and when to shut their mouth. They are very high chances of making very huge damages to their partners and to themselves. Okay. Yes. I'll give you an example, sweetie. When I got married, I had 3 O-levels. And I've never heard him talk about it. Because I want to encourage another woman. But you can still improve. I'm going to 3 O-levels. You don't say that. There are certain things that you don't say. So in a way I don't feel comfortable to talk about it.
It's not everything that you say.
Everything that you need to tell people that happened between the two of you.
So how do we then find the self-respect aspect in marriage? And when we say self-respect, mainly focusing on you as an individual, whether you're the man or the woman, how do you show that you respect yourself?
Becky, I like the word self. rabva raitwa marry together with respect. Hauna waunoblema kuti havangondiremekedza, vanontarisira basi, vanondoronge munhu asina basi, because it's self. Ndiwe. How do you respect yourself? Becky, today, if you see me not doing certain things that might look good, maybe to me, it's because I respect myself. I don't want Becky to see me in a very compromising position, because kuna Becky ndakamuratidza imwe picture ya mama that should be maintained.
Okay. So
I respect myself. That's why I don't walk out there naked, because I respect myself. Becky, the simplest thing, I bath myself because I respect myself. But there are certain people vamwe vacho tine ukama navo, vamwe vacho takadzidza navo, wakazoita zvinhu zvinopesana the way I respect myself that I don't associate with. Chero ndikada ndinozvidza kuti no, I will not take this. I will not tolerate. These places they go, I will never go. There are certain words, Becky, chero ndichaziva, that I will never utter with my mouth, because I respect myself. Pekagonzwa here kuti ndakakwira pamusoro pedrum ndichitaura masoko akadai, because there's a certain level of respect yandakaudza vanhu kuti please ndirespectei nechiyero ichi. Now if I say certain words ndichituka nemamwe matukiro, ndobva ndaenda pasocial media bekobva wandoona mama vari pamusoro pevoice ravo vachi, ndaluza self-respect iyaya yandakambokuudzai. So self-respect, there are things that I have set for myself, ndikati izvi ndo zvandinotenda kuti ndo zvinonzi Nele. Kana makutaura nyaya Nele, akadai so. And I maintain that. No matter what, I maintain that. Do you know kuti tine mazano kune social media, tine zvinhu, especially when you want to teach about marriage, kune zvinhu zviri marriage zvinyadzi ndo zvakawanda than zvinhu zviri straightforward. But self-respect inokuudza kuti pane mawords andisingafi ndakataura, kunyange ariwo anonyatsoita kuti nyaya ndoda kutaura inzwisisike.
Never hear me say
you never hear me because ndinogona kutenderera murenje 40 years achandoda kudze kenda ndosvika. Saka I want to tell you kuti message yangu inosvika kuvanhu panendatenderera murenje zvekuti madofo chivanhu vanotadza kundibata. Pari kubva wati ndinobva nangoti 2 weeks boss rwendo rokubva kuEgypt kuenda kuKenya ndakona kutora 2 weeks. But Mwari akati ngavambotenderera uEgypt hwese uperere murenje. Saka there are certain things that we don't jiko because of a certain level of respect yaunozvipa iwewe first.
So are there incidences that you have seen or noticed where I am showing myself self-respect? I'm showing you how I want you to treat me, but you still treat me bad.
Yeah.
You still disrespect me.
Ndopaunozonzwa munhu chemberi aroorwa pamusha yane 50 years iripo ichiti kuna sekuru vavo hamusati mandiziva. Because iri kuti I've been trying all these years to tell you who I am, but you continually wanted to ignore that and muchiisa zvenyu imimi. Izvo zvinonyanya kuitika mumarriage back. Mukadzi ari kuzama, murume ari kuzama kuti vedwe, especially varume. Nasirigani kusapota varume.
Okay.
Murume ari kuzama, izvi handidi. When you talk to me, handidi munhu anokwidza voice.
And I've heard good when a man says I don't like this.
He doesn't.
He doesn't like it.
Because they don't normally say.
Yes.
Varume can tolerate, they can endure. They can enjoy a woman achiramba achita zvaanoita chichi, but ukazonzwa agara pasi newaka kuti you know what, izvi zvaunoita handizvide, iwo ramba uchiita chete. Uri kuramba uchinojunga munhu paakati musandibata panodzimba, iwe ndopoti pandoda kuramba ndichibata kuita dhimoni rebroiler rekuti huku dziya dzemabroiler dzikangoona chironda chete pane chimwe yatofa, because dzinouya dzichijobora ipapo pane chironda kusvika chadzika kusvikira yafa. When somebody says andizvide, respect that. Andizvide. Kana paine vanhu handidi kuti unditsiure nemutsiuriro wawaita nhasi. Andizvide. Iwe wodzokorera futi paweekend. Wodzokorera futi kuswera mangwana. Unozopedzisira waita shut somebody out. Chero aripo. anenge azvidza kuti you know what, this woman have got nothing to do with her because aterera. Becky, do you know kuti varume vakawanda, I know these women are going to fly and want to hold my throat. Varume vamwe vari kuenda kuma girlfriends, kwete kuti vari kutsvaga munhu wokuvata naye, but vari kutsvaga munhu anomuteerera, munhu anomunzwa, munhu anogona kucommunicate naye kana anzi don't orega, kana anzi do oita chete. And sometimes pamwe paunotomushaya kumba, waipiwa vhidhiyo yezviri kuitika kumba uko, vakatogara pamwe mota muri kungotaurwa nyaya, because iwewe kumba hautaurike newe, haunzwe. Amenoti akakuudza kuti chitupa chechapter 37 kana che 5.1 chiri kumadziro kwemumba mako chinokupa right yekuita ride on someone's self-respect kusvika waitsika-tsika. Amenoti akakupa mvumo iyo ndiani? When a man says izvi handidi, ngazvimboteererwawo, takumbirisa ruwadzano we. Kana zvanzi hazvidiwa. It doesn't matter kuti kunyika yako kwawakabva kumba kwamai wako zvaitoleratwa. When a man says I don't like this, don't do it.
Simple. Because you know what, it's things that we know we should be doing, but we don't. Yes.
And in a portion, you know that we
it's biblical. It's biblical.
So this is
my flesh is leading me to do certain things.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So the whole aspect of self-respect in marriage, the idea for it is to help create long-lasting marriages.
Oh yes.
Right.
Oh,
so
yes.
we went on to TikTok. There's this page that talks about marriage. It's got to do with young wives and everything. And they said I started doing these things in my marriage, and you know things changed for the better. So I'm going to read them out, and then obviously you're going to give either a yes or a no, a true or a false, and then obviously expand on the point.
All right.
This woman says things I started doing to gain respect in my marriage. I started respecting myself first. You cannot expect a man to respect you if you do not show that you respect yourself, or if you don't show that respect to yourself. I set my boundaries clearly, no shaking. I stopped tolerating nonsense just to keep my marriage. I stopped doing that. I taught him through my actions how I wanted to be treated.
Yes, that's a big yes.
Okay.
You don't expect someone to know you if you don't know yourself. You don't expect someone to respect what you don't respect yourself. So what she's saying is, first of all, respect yourself. You will watch. Becky, how do you expect a man to stop chatting with women, whether vakadzidza navo kana vakamboshanda navo kana kuti vakamboita sei, if you are still chatting with men you went to school with? Iwe wauzvide kuti handizvide izvozvo kuti munongochata nevakadzi, but iwewe foni yako yakazara nevakomana vakadzana kubva kuprimary kusvika kuuniversity uchitaura navo, vamwe uchimboti let's catch up, vamwe uchiti, because watoratidza kuti iwewe number one zvauri kuda kuti mwaite iwewe you can't. So ari kuti I started respecting myself first. I don't interact with the opposite sex, so hence ndikaudza murume wangu kuti I don't want you to do this, or I don't feel good kana uchiita izvi. Ndiri kutaura chinhu chandakatoregedza ini ndikapasa.
Okay.
Setting your boundaries straight, yes, because mwanhasi ndino mangwana mano ake nemachi ari shaky. We are ngoti kana bhuku rinoti let your no be a no,
yes,
and a yes be a yes.
Yeah.
Murume wako ngaazviudze chero kwaari anonoka kuyamba kuti nhasi mawana nhasi because haana tsanangure kwaangari, but nhasi ukamboti no, it's okay, you can do that tomorrow, no, I don't like it, you're confusing even those you are telling your beliefs and your principles.
Let your no be a no, let your yes be a yes.
Mm-hmm.
This one says, I stopped overgiving Marriage is a partnership, not slavery. I realized love is supposed to be a mutual, not me doing 100% while he's doing 30%. I allowed him to meet me halfway. I stopped killing myself to prove I am a good wife. Kai, I stopped killing myself.
Okay.
I'm a slave in this marriage. You are joking. I stopped overgiving.
All right. That point might be correct, but it is relative.
All right.
Because there are situations when you are not expected, but you end up overgiving. Because in those situations, because I'm thinking, Kuti, as a mother and as a wife, probably passage over. Yeah, I will agree. But you can never stop giving. As a mother to your children, as a wife to your husband, wapa almost 60%. Since the time you woke up, even you are giving. Mukadzi kada uri marriage ka unosvika pa level autopilot. Kuti chero usiku you're giving ka aisisiri yatinoona yayo kuti mai vasudai. There are certain standards and a framework yakaseta mupamako yekuti inorana chero usipo. You can't stop it. Maid wako anotozviziva chero mama vasipo. When visitors come, I'm expected to do ABCDE. When kids come from school, I'm expected to do ABCD. When daddy comes, Baba Panuakaway. In the absence of Madam, this is the system.
This is the system, yeah.
Iyo Becky kana sakandati yes or no. Because pamwe pacho arikuziya point yake kwa arikubva nayo. But ndakuitora generally. Generally, a wife and a mother, you can't stop giving. Becky zvese zviripo, it's all about giving. Chero kaita nzara, say I understand you're breastfeeding, but chero kaita nzara, say uri kuno kubasa atimbofa takakuona wakatitsitsa pazamu rako iruchiya.
True.
But notoziva kuti pane chikafu apa, pane mukaka, but hauzviyamwiwo. Because notoziva mukaka ndewe mwana. The womb inside you, you are the one who carries it. But chinoshamisa kana wabereka vana vacho, vanonzi ndive murume wako. So you are second and mwana unaye, but the honor murume wako. So you gave birth and you gave the child.
So we're constantly giving.
Women, we are constantly givers. The moment you know that child kupa tatobuda mu office yacho. Tatobuda. Your body cherokasleya say mwanangu ine hip rakanaka say it's not even for you.
Okay.
Yeah, it's for someone. And so yeah, that's my wife. My wife. You are not your own wife.
Yes.
So women and giving. Baby, you're very controversial. You cannot stop. Nasa mwene wako akatoya, despite what wakakuita say mwezi wapera. But when she comes to you and says, amainda shama. You know what it means?
Yeah.
Which pamwe mukatuma msisi right. You end up uchibva kuno kake ningofana maidgas ningodai. It's in you, it's inbuilt.
Come on.
It's the way God has wired us as women. So patikuti achadaka decide kudambura tumwe tumawaya twakaiswa kwatiri naMwari. And ukazvita ukabudirira, you also feel this is not me.
And you end up just going back to the
You end up going back to the giving thing because we are givers by nature.
Okay, so that one ends the controversial. Giving is relative. This one says, I focused on my own life. I picked up my dreams again. I started investing in myself, chasing my passions, and doing things that made me happy. I became a whole woman, not just somebody's wife. And guess what? A woman who values herself is too powerful to be ignored.
Yes, a woman who values herself is too powerful to be ignored. I agree. But I started focusing on my own life.
Yes. And you should self-respect your own life. I'm going to base a life you move aside. So what are you doing with yourself, girl?
Oh my
Because
God.
my life didn't end because I got married. My life must go on. So maybe I had been focusing so much on this man, I forgot myself. I focused on my own life. I picked up my dreams again and I started investing in myself. So maybe she was investing in other things and not really herself.
She forgot herself along the way. Imimi wana imimi kai. Ndikutofunga kuti inini ndikutofunga kuti takanonoka kutaura nenyaya dzemarriage. Takanonoka Becky, because mama anobva waramba kuirana nemimi point yenyu. Because what stops me from focusing on my life and focusing on the life of my family?
You can do both.
I can do both. That's how a mother, that's how a woman is created. Munhu anonzi mukadzi usamuderere sweet. Mukadzi. Maya. Mukadzi akaoma zvekuti panhamo yembavha amdirobhari. Varume vese vanorara panze pamoto apo. Wakadzi wari mukati. Wakatoisa vamwe vacho wakatorara pasi pekofini. Kofini remhondi. Wakadzi. Don't look down upon women. Uzoti ndakazochega ingofocus on me. Aiwa. Mukadzi anotofocus on her, his and their lives together. I remember when I went to the university, my daughter was already in the university. Saka program yake ngeri 4 years, yangu ngeri 3. Taka graduate tise ndakatanga. Akatoti nai vedu kumbotipa chance yekuti timboshaina. Ndikachanza hapana because ndakatadza kuzviita back then. Now panda kuda kuzviitira. Mwana yes ndaenrolla mu university pandasara kumba ndikati kwenda ndakagarire. Gore rinongopera chiro ndikatisenda kunosaenda kuchikoro.
Come on.
Ndabva ndaenda ku university. Mwana achita yake dissertation, naye wachiita rawo dissertation. Tika graduate tese. Right? Kumba uko kunotosara kuchirana. Ari kuenda ku form 1, ari kuenda ku grade 7, na ari kuenda overseas. Mai zvese ukatsvaga vanhu vese vavo fingerprint ramai riri everywhere. Tochiti here ndikanda kuti ndaramba pekungoti my life. Because remember, you Becky, you have children right now. Can life yemwana be stagnant because you are concentrating on upgrading your career? You can't. Unotomeka sure kuti kana ada kuenda ku apprentice zvikudiwa zvapo here, support yamai iripo here, uku chako chichifaya and dad wakaya kwakudza kuti kubasa there's a potential ika promotion varoda zvakati unenge uchiti every day zvazonzi there's no way you will ignore because you're upgrading your life. There's nothing like that. Ziso ramai rinenge ziso regondo rinoti rikatarisa pasi 32 feet above sea level rinoona hove iri kutambira nechepamusoro pemvura. And ukaiona yavhura maoko ayo gondo raakudzika raona target and riri kunoema richichachura. Izvozvo hazviritadzise kuona futi nyoka iri paruware. Woman's life is a multifaceted life. Rinoona mativi ose. Saka ndati iyo anza iyo ndinoti yes ndobva ndati no. Because mai vatitoda kuzama kumisa panapa Becky. Mukadzi tikureva kuti muka utidzi.
So as you're focusing on yourself,
focus on the
family,
yes,
on the household.
Yes. Becky tikati these 3 years ndakatowana programu saka ndikuenda kuchikoro for 3 years. Wana waende mumbanje nekuti mai vakuita zvemabhuku. Mwana musikana amitiswe nekuti amai vafunga zvokuverenga. Becky, I come from school, I sit down with my children, I ask them how their day was. Ndotoona kuti apo pada kupinda ndingirikina apo gonyera tatopinda. I also have time to pray with my children. I have time to cook for my family. I have time to ask my husband and encourage him to do better.
Hands go deeper, mami. Tinotenda nemashoko edzidziso akanaka.
Becky, uri kundifungisa man.
Hands muri kuramba zvese wani.
Ukuramba because imi masikana imi zvamuda kuunza zviko man. Azviko ku marriage izvozvo. I a mother can never say I. A mother can never say I. Because upenyu hwako, you are not an individual. Becky, you brought 3 people on this world and there's no way you can still be an individual.
All right, let's go to the next one. Uyanyora panenge muna gym chedu. And I started speaking up. Before I used to keep quiet just to avoid wahala. But I was only building hidden anger. Now if something pains me, I talk with respect. I realized that my feelings are important and a real man will listen and want to do better.
That's a yes. That's a yes. For me, that's a yes. Yes, that's a yes. Communication helps every marriage to stand. Because if you don't tell your husband your feelings, your emotions, because zvinoitika in marriage every day zvakawanda beki, and something hazvoti unowirirana nezvese chausiri kuwirirana nacho, let your husband know. And the only way you can do that is to communicate respectfully. Communicate how you see things and how you feel about what has happened. So that's a yes.
But why do we as women keep quiet? Why do we feel
mareasons akawandisa? Inferiority complex is one of them, plus nekutororwa nemurume anofunga kuti your ideas and your mind does not matter. Saka unofana kutoramba uchicommunicate kusvikira anzwisisa kuti this person is not a crybaby, but she's trying to give me an insight of how she feels when something happened.
Do you think as women we know how to air our
We don't.
grievances?
No, we do, but we don't.
We do, but we don't.
Yeah,
We know
do.
we are grieved,
We really
but-
know we are grieved. We really know we're taken advantage of. But when it comes to communicating to the other person, ndo panouya nyaya yekuchema. Kuchema hakusi kucommunicata. Ndo panouya nyaya kupopota. Kupopota hakusi kucommunicata. Ndo panouya nyaya kumudhura.
pavanoterera
Kumudhura
manje.
hakusi kupopota.
Ndo
Ndo panouya
pavanoterera.
nyaya
Pavatinopoporota
yema-sanctions. Sanction hakusi kucommunicata. So communication, mwari akanipa mari ndofunga kutanga chikoro checommunication chevakadzi vari mumba. We don't know how to communicate.
But patinopopota
Munopopota havanzwi
takabata
manje,
muchiuno manje.
havanzwi manje vanhu vaya. Beki, murume wese ndakadzi kuti anonzwa when you speak well, asi havabvume kuti ndadi ndanzwa. Asi 2 days down the line tinototi aiwa shasha yakatodizve yakatonzwa. Kupopota, you bring resentment mumunhu, anokupedzisira akukuzeza asisa kude padhuze naye.
Yeah, that's also, yeah, that happens also. Anzi, hello good people. Ikoko kuti I'm focusing on myself. Zvinotoreva kuti wakatanga on a wrong foot.
Very true, I agree.
In my marriage setup, there's no my. Sorry, in a marriage setup, there's no my. Take note, I've been married close to 40 years. Hakuna my.
Hakuna, I understand. I agree with that. I agree with the listener. Hakuna my, hakuna I, hakuna. In fact, hakuna individualization in marriage, especially to your mother. Hakuna beki. Chitopedza zvevana vangu kaizvo zvana beki izvi. Ndakutotanga kutaza kuti vazukuru futi.
For me time.
Me time. You know what, Becky? I think when as you grow up, you'll understand that me time ya mbuya kana me time ya mama is more fulfilling when my kids are around me. Ndotokudza kuti ndine me time tatakaenda kumukuvisa Woodlands uko pa weekend. Oh my God, I was blessed. Nokuti mamuri around. Kuna mchifara nchikona ushiyostera ma problems ako. To me, I have this satisfaction.
I know should have 5 minutes pasina kana sound pasina chiti. Shh, everyone go outside.
That's normal. That's normal, because as a mother sometimes unoda chinhu chinokupa futi strength kuti ugonodzoka wa better. Yes, driving out alone, going for shopping alone, pinda bedroom mako mbokia dori wega. That's okay. But angoramba idea kutoti my life started focusing on my life. Makanonoka sisimukade makafocus muchiri kumba kwaboboyi. Kunokwa makatoya. Nokuti tese isusu takatotarisa ibibi. Saka ikalaba kuti zve my life. Kuisusu life yedu. Because yakanamira pamuri papo. Munhu wese ari glued to the mother. Mai vanenge fireplace ati. Nesari yozodziya ipapo. Nemkwasha chayano ngachadhuma ambuyo. Kadzirwe. Saka mukazoti your life manje. Saka isusu taenda kupi.
And lastly, this one said, I stopped begging for effort. If he is not showing care, I drag or cry. I simply step back and mind my... I used to drag or cry. I simply step back and mind my business now. Sometimes your silence and absence speak louder than shouting. Let him realize what he stands to lose.
No.
Would you bug him?
No.
I stopped begging for effort.
No.
kana usina basa nazvo regedza
kana uchita kuti anabasa vanazvo
kana anabasa nazvo
muruda bapa mune muda kugadzira chiapo
let him realize what he stands to lose.
Iwe shamwari zatinyepere mani unoziva kuti kudhara tikabuda parodhi apo tiri 3 back naprecious namama neni precious anogona kuti sister tauni here iwe vanhu vanenge vari pakati nepakati tauni here atete because they don't know what to call you anymore. Kuti sister nazvichaita kuti vabva kuti moms futi hausati wakuita but ini mumwe wenyu akungobuda pageta ukomana komba moms Tonas here because zvako zvokuti saka ndochiti kuna baba wako he should know what he can lose. Get away. Lose uchienda kupiko.
Lose uchienda kupiko.
Market yacho yakuvhara.
So funny to say, Mambo, don't shout. Put your points across respectfully. You know, clearly stating, I don't like this. I need your help in this. Saka, I stopped begging for effort. Digadziro cupboard in kitchen. Digadziro cupboard in kitchen. Cupboard in kitchen dragudon. Cupboard in kitchen dragudon.
Andifunza mbwedu kwakambofa aini. Aina iskupisa ndichagadzira. Aini ndichagadzira. One day amai abheki vakauya zvoni aini yavo wakawaridza pasi chichari chavo wakagara wakabata aini nebanga vakatanga kukurumura saka muda kuita sei ndakugadzira aini haisi kupisa so he knew what it meant chiunzai pano nandatotenga kafuse kangu ndaziva pamwe ifuse pandakati kana zvaramba chiregai ndidini ndikati aini ndaona semuri busy but ndanyatso ini nangu ndaona kuti havasi kuda but haudze murume ndaona kuti hamusi kuda ndaona semuri chii muri busy tiregai tigadzire chitipai kuno ndongovapa
language iri mudzimba umu these days ma.com somehow the language is infiltrated into even marriages that have been there for long. It's language like I know you don't want. No one is forcing.
Amudi.
Kana usuru kuda regeza.
Ndine murume pamba pano.
Yes.
Yo wakagara pasofa.
Yes.
Ndine murume pano. How I wish. Plus mwaraka ndita murume inini. Imagine, amusi murume baba gare pasi. You know, izvoka. Language here is very provocative. You know, dena shukuti. Indrufunga kuti kana language ba marriage zarinakidza ngatizivane beki. Beki bazandrungofamba nekuti let's be friends. You and your husband musati mambofunga zvimwe zvese zvekuitsa vana kuchikoro be friends sweetie. Mukakuita mafriends marriage inonakidza man because munoche kachibhende kenyu kamunoitirana kudai kuti ndazongocheka handigadzire zvangu aini imi ndakakuonesa kuti muri busy ivo vati aya chitipai kunotigadzira ainiyo iwo tokambaira neaini yazvo unovasvitsa kuti akati aiwa ndogadzira ndeganda chimwe chiginda goriya chatida kuita you just create an atmosphere of conflict where it is very unnecessary. Let's be friends beki muonguka muzive kuti baba ashipoka ukaoda votiribukira chinhu
in these days yandiri kuita ndoti maybe we've spoken about the issue and then I still want to
kupfurira mberi.
Yes, I still want to go on. I'm not yet done. Do not type. I go to his chat. I'll type. He's a page rakadai. He are going to munhu ari kutaipa. And then when I see him typing, also to call is everything okay? No, cancel. Delete. Hi.
What unoti? Tony andiri kufudzwa nayo nehondo yamatsanga yandinoda kuenda nayo azvisi kumecha.
Hi babe.
Go chitaipa pesa.
You know, I wanted us to talk about something, but I was trying to find the words. But you know what? Don't worry, I'll talk to you. By the time he gets home,
you see,
the tone
is your
different
friend.
and everything. But per message, you type on that pop or I go to audio notes. And I'm like, listen, you know the problem with you is that don't pop out about your audio note and then I play it back and I delete.
Oh yeah.
And then by the time I speak to him again,
you are much better.
I'm much better. But I do vent out and I do lash out, but not at him anymore.
Exactly. You know, and that's friendship. Yeah. Because now you shawakuita ukuthi wanyora chimessage chako then you bavunza chop you've but face wangu. after all, why are you doing this? Of what message?
Yes.
Hi, babe, I was trying to, I'm actually just checking on you. What? Because he is your friend, sweetheart. Shamwari yako ka une hanya nezvaanonzwa. The way he feels kana anzwa something. Kana iri shamwari yako. Yes, you have a point, but itase uri kuudza shamwari yako. You know, shamwari yako chaiyo Lillian chaiyo wakadzidza naye from Form 4 chiri kutamba naye nanasi. There's a way you're not Lillian. You don't want to hate her.
Yeah.
Because you can't love and hate at the same time. And kana ari murume wako, please, let's try not to hate these men. These men are going through a lot, my daughters. Your husbands are going through a lot. Oti kubasa zvinhu hazvisi bho, kufamily vanhu vari kumutarisira pasi, kuchechi hazitombori kana munhu anozikanwa, kumba futi kune mukadzi waPotifa. Let's not do that. Let's be friends with our husbands. Let's make their life. They don't come to us as their wives. They come to us as their friends. Anokudza zvinhu zvekubhora. Apa iwe zvebhora kautokuziva kuti offside yacho inoita sei. Ungoti vakabiridzira pepe. Vakatobiridzira ndakatozvoda.
Speaking of offside, uyu wakaudzwawo offside ndi anonymous. Hanzi ini ndaitaura zvekukiwa kwedho zvakanaka kusvika gore rapera ndikanzi gadzira dho, kugadzira madho chero kukiya zvisi zvababa chete. Hanzi baba vekumba kwedu kwangu vanotopinda mumba achisiya dho rakashama kana kutobuda. Okay, hanzi anogona kupinda mumba osiya dho rakashama kana kutopinda achisiya gate rakashama otoenda kubasa.
And it's
not for men only.
But you know what, a long time ago, kuma 90s, ini ndaiburutswa padhoti pageti ndodziri gate.
Right. Iyo gate yakatombonedza. Kana murume achidriver.
Mukadzi ka
madam ari passenger princess.
Ngavhure gate.
Ngavhure gate. Kana risiri electrical.
Ndakazongoiadresa nenyaya kwayo mwemusi. Ini usiku tatobva conference iri kuma10. Ini vhure gate ini bude panze ini shaikwe. Vachabuda vakati vhai gate karo mpinde iri z. Pana ndiri ndaivanzwa pandakati andimbori nasi. Nomwana akaita kunge 20 minutes ndiriko. Iwabuda macho akakwira kure. Akadzika akabuda kure. Panaona wakwidza wakadai iri pinde mumba. Apinda mbotozomutsa vana kuti mama wangu handisikuona padzapo wanga uchivhura gate. Anoona akagara pasofa. Honestly, kondikabiwa. That was the end of it. You know, just be friends. Solve things in a friendly way. Vanotonzwa vana but ukada kuti zvichiginda gore anobva ati kana wakapfumba zvipakira aukushowa kuti I can fight better than you.
True.
Tagadzira hondoka para necessary. Let's be friends.
Do we as women over-exaggerate situations?
We actually blow things out of proportion. And until it's turned into Mount Kilimanjaro. Arishe tukike kankangori kachuruka diki kakadai. Vasikana ndoziya kuti we are emotional beings because women are emotional beings, men are logical beings. But please, let's not apply these emotions pese. Ngatichisanganisewo tuma emotions netuma logic tobva tatuvhenganisa marriage dzedu dzogarikikawo nemufaro.
0719100404 is the WhatsApp number. Send through your comments, your questions, or your contributions. We have 4 minutes left on our lunchtime recharge. We have Mama Evangelist Nelly Gwatidzo. We're talking about self-respect in marriage. Do you respect yourself to the point that your partner knows exactly how to treat you, how to handle you, and vice versa? Does your husband love himself in a way that you know how he wants to be treated? We're also talking about the women, you know, self-respect and everything, but you brought the aspect of even your men. Even the men. The way you are treating them.
They are men of less words. Please don't push him to talk too much.
Because when those people talk...
vakazotaura vanokupari kufuga nekuorera nepiro yacho neduve.
Right.
Iwo ndionozodza vazhinji kuti zvazvitwe. Why pushing him to the limits? Ingo respect her the way he also respects himself. Angara achikuudza tini zvekutaura handini. Hamudi neiko kana munhu achingotaura anotaura taurai. Munhu womurume anofanira kutaura toziva. Taurai kana ndiri wrong taurai. Uchiziva kuti akangoti uri wrong yatova hondo yatanga pamba isingaperi. Just respect murume wako zvaanoti hadi zvaanoti anoda. Hadi chikafu chinoiswa roiko. Hadi. andaro dhirana rake rinokwatiswa roiswa maonyens nemalomaski pamwe chete zvisina kukangwa zvokurungwa nondozvaita amai wake kumusha iwe haudi izvozvo.
Yeah, I remember when I learned how to make like my little snacks. You know, that today I'm going to show my husband that you know, extra to serve the guy. And I have a presentation 120% on point. He just goes, wow, this looks nice. And
unorwadziwa sei naimi munhu
I was
achida
like, down in the kitchen.
only for you to say
he ate it because I cried, not because he wanted to.
So and pamwe aitongoda ke maputa ake mandiro dzake
dzakakwana. Mama, papa nedzondora. Ndandabhoilisa dzondora nechichichi chikanzi dzondora dzangu chichichi. Inobva ndatsveta dzondora paside. Ndikabudisa charcuterie board. Cheese, crackers, chirungu. And he's like, oh wow.
You are trying to bring chirungu to an African man.
Wow.
Nice.
This is nice.
Yeah.
Yes. And I was like, wow, okay. At least eat. I just was in the kitchen the whole day. Okay, oh, it's okay. You know. So that thing, just paying attention to the small little things.
Yes.
But I actually appreciate the fact that he also
akazonota ivo zvatorirwawo nguva plus kuona mukadzi kuroyeredza misodzi
if we're going to take away anything today from everything we spoke about, what's that one statement you want to say?
Respect yourself for others to respect you.
Respect yourself for others to respect you. You teach people how to treat you.
Yes.
You actually teach them. Take people to school. How do you want to be loved? How do you want to be taken care of?
You know, there's this statement I heard yesterday when I was reading a certain book. It said, love, learn, and teach.
Love, learn, and teach.
Love yourself. Learn how you operate, how you respect yourself, and then teach others how to respect you.
With that, it is 2:00 on Capi Talk. That was lunchtime.